Good morning, everyone, and good afternoon overseas. This is Jay from Mind and Hockey. Don't mind me, I'm still in the same clothes from yesterday because I'm still up from yesterday because I worked my overnight last night. So that's why I still look like the same as I did yesterday because I haven't gone home yet and haven't gone to bed yet. But anyway, here we go. This is a hockey video. This is my recap from last night, which was game 2 of the Stanley Cup playoffs for the following games. Here we go. We will start with a big upset last night in Boston. The Florida Panthers and the Boston Bruins. Wow, I was shocked when I saw the score on this game. It was like, let me check this twice, because Boston came in with a record of 64 wins, 12 regulation losses, and 8 overtime losses. Best ever record in National Hockey League history, dating back to the start of the league in 1909, with 135 points. And Florida Panthers came into Boston, and they took the split out of Boston with these first 2 games to head home. Tied at 1 game apiece with a 6-3 win in Boston. Very impressive. Did not see that coming. If I'm a Bruins fan, I'd be concerned about that because your team had the best season ever. And to go out in the first round of the playoffs, which you can't rule anything out. If a goaltender gets hot, a couple players get hot on a team, and some players get cold on a team, anything can happen in a series. That would be an epic failure for the Boston Bruins, having that great of a regular season and to go out in the first round. As a Montreal fan, I'd probably love to see that happen because I wouldn't have to wear a Boston Bruins jersey around my job for 2 days as a bet that I took, guaranteeing Boston wouldn't win the championship. So let's see what happens with that. So that series, as I said, Florida won 6-3 in game 2. So that series is tied 1 game apiece as the series shifts to Florida on Friday night. Let's see what happens. Let's go to the other game in the Eastern Conference last night, and that would be the Carolina Hurricanes hosting the New York Islanders. I predicted the Islanders would upset the Carolina Hurricanes in this series, 4-2 in 6 games. Well, Jay does not look good right now because last night New York took a 3-2 lead into the third period. Then Yuri Slavin decided to score the tying goal and send the game into overtime for Carolina. And then in overtime, sudden death overtime, Jesper Fast, former New York Ranger, now Carolina Hurricane. He was a Canadiens killer when they played each other in 2018. Or not 2018, 2017. Drove me nuts. Well, he got the game-winning goal for Carolina. They won game 2, 4-3. They took both games in Carolina on their home ice like they were supposed to. They are up 2-0. So basically, I need the Islanders to win the next 4 games to be right on that prediction. It does not look good for me that Carolina's up 2-0. Game 3 will be in New York on Friday night as the series shifts to New York for games 3 and 4. Hopefully, I am right on that pick. Next up, we have the Western Conference. We have 2 games that I got right, thank God. We have the Dallas Stars hosting the Minnesota Wild. Dallas came out last night. They did their job. They put 7 up on the board and won 7-3. So Dallas evens that series at 1 game apiece as it heads to Minnesota on Friday, I believe. And Dallas did what I said they would do. They came out firing on all cylinders and put 7 on the board. So that's a 1-1 series as it goes to Minnesota. I picked Dallas to win this series in 7 games, so this is going to be a back and forth. But let's see what happens as game 3 and 4 is in Minnesota. The last game I'm going to recap from last night was in Edmonton. The team I picked to win the Stanley Cup, the Edmonton Oilers, hosting the Los Angeles Kings in Game 2 of their best-of-7. Edmonton with that rough loss on Tuesday where they blew the 3-1 lead late in the third period and lost 4-3 in overtime. Edmonton came out last night, had the game they had to play, picked up the 4-2 win on home ice to even that series at 1. Leon Draisaitl, another goal. I'm surprised Connor McDavid has not gotten on the score sheet yet in the first 2 games. That will change. He is the best player in the National Hockey League right now. He's not going to stay off the score sheet forever. I expect him to do big things as the series shifts to Los Angeles for games 3 and 4 starting Friday. I picked Edmonton to win this series in 6 games. I stand by that. I hope Edmonton woke up after taking that 3-1 lead for granted and took this seriously. I noticed the guy on the Kings that scored one of their goals, one of my favorite former Montreal Canadiens, Philippe Danault. He's a player I regret that Montreal let go after their Cup final run in 2021, but it's great to see him doing good for himself, and he's giving Connor McDavid a hard time as he opposes him on the defensive side every time, as he shut down so many great players in 21 when the Canadiens went to the finals. Not surprising that Danault's doing a great job playing against McDavid one-on-one when they're out on the ice together. He's a great defensive player. But I expect big things out of this Edmonton team this year. I picked them to win the Stanley Cup, so let's see what happens. So right now you have Carolina up 2-0, and the other series, Boston, Florida, Dallas, Minnesota, and LA and Edmonton all even 1-1. Now tonight you have game 2s in the other teams. You have Tampa Bay in Toronto for game 2. Toronto has got to win this game. They cannot go to Tampa Bay down 2-0, or they're in trouble. I would think Tampa might sweep them if they win game 2 tonight, because Toronto's goaltending is an absolute joke. I've said that from the beginning of this playoffs, that team is a joke. They keep saying it's their year, it's their year, it's their year. Guys, get a goaltender before you start claiming that you're great, okay? You've been rebuilding since 1967 for a reason, so think about it. Last good goaltender you had in Toronto was Curtis freaking Joseph back in the late 90s. Enough said, okay? Toronto's a joke. They are probably getting swept. I put them to last 6 games against Tampa, but the way they played on Tuesday night, they're going to be gone in 4 if they keep that up, and I hope they are. As much as I don't like Tampa, I'm just sick of the front-running Toronto fans saying it's their year, it's their year. It's their year every year, but you have no goaltending, and you've been rebuilding since 1967, so get over yourself, Toronto. Anyway, end of rant on that. The other game in the Eastern Conference is the New Jersey Devils hosting the New York Rangers in Game 2 of this series. I picked the Rangers to win it in 5. I might go Rangers with a sweep if New Jersey comes out anything like they were on Tuesday night. They looked like that team that I saw when the Canadiens came to town in February with half their team on the injured list from Montreal, and New Jersey just came out and looked pathetic. They couldn't get out of their own way. They were just not sound. It's like they took the night off. That's how they looked in Game 1 against the New York Rangers, like they were outmatched, outclassed. And you know what? They were. And I would not be surprised with Igor Shesterkin in goal for the New York Rangers, who is one of the hottest goaltenders when he gets hot, that the Rangers are going to win tonight and go up 2-0 in this series as it heads to Madison Square Garden over the weekend. Which means Devils are in a lot of trouble. They have to win tonight if they want any chance of winning this series. Bottom line, and I frankly don't see them winning it. I think they're going to be gone real soon and that they overachieved all year. That team did not impress me when I saw them in person in February, and they certainly didn't impress me last night. Other games in the Western Conference, we have the Seattle Kraken going into Colorado tonight. Well, Seattle, I picked them to get swept. I didn't give them no chance against Colorado. Well, boy, was I wrong with that 3-1 win by Seattle on Wednesday night. Or, yeah, it was Wednesday night. Tuesday night. Tuesday night it was. The other games were Monday, by the way. Yeah, Seattle won 3-1. Sorry, I'm tired here. I'll be all right. Tonight I'm expecting Colorado to come out playing. They're going to be ready. They're the defending Stanley Cup champions. They're not going to they're not going to roll over and die in their home building tonight in Game 2. They will even this series tonight. I have no doubt in my mind Colorado's going to come out with a big game tonight and take Game 2 in Colorado. Next game I have is Winnipeg at Las Vegas. Ooh, I picked Winnipeg to win it in 7 games. Winnipeg came out and took care of business in Game 1. Let me tell you something here. Vegas looked lost on Tuesday night. I totally expect the same result. If the same result happens tonight, this series is going to be short because once they go back to Winnipeg, Winnipeg's going to have all their fans, the whiteout, you name it. It's all going to be crazy in Winnipeg. And I'm going to tell you one thing. Winnipeg will win the series if they win tonight. I guarantee it. I picked them in 7. I really think that this series will be going 7 games. I picked Winnipeg to win it in 7, but as I said, Winnipeg's going to play in Vegas tonight in Game 2. I'm picking Winnipeg. They look great in Game 1. So, let's see what happens with my picks. I gave Vegas 7 games against Winnipeg, but I know I'm on this Winnipeg rant right now, but I really think things are going to happen. Anyway, there's my picks for tonight. There's the recap for last night. Hope you hit like and subscribe if you like my videos. Thank you and have a great day.